Hey GlamFam, Linwood here with my beautiful daughter, Alexzandria.
Hi.
So today we're going to be showing you guys a pretty, I would say simple technique, but if you've heard of 3-strand twisting, which I've shown on this channel before, but it's been a couple years, so I might need to update that video. If you want me to update it, leave it down in the comments below. But we're going to be showing a way to do a 3-strand twist down to the scalp. I like doing it because you still get the benefits of the definition of the twist, but it doesn't take infinity years to make it happen. So as you can see, we've already shampooed her hair. I'll insert some clips of that as well as the products that we're using, and then from there I'm going to go ahead and get her hair detangled and we'll get started with the actual tutorial portion of this. Do you have anything you want to say before we start?
I'd like to have you all welcome to these videos that we're making, and please feel free to subscribe whenever you feel like it. Please do.
Amen. Alright, let's get started. I fell and died.
No, you didn't.
I am an apparition right now.
What?
I'm an apparition. It means ghost. Gosh!
You're not a ghost.
You don't know my life? So after shampooing, we went ahead and put the Giovanni's Leave-In Styling Elixir in her hair and just kind of prepped it with that. It helps to return the pH balance back. From there, I'm going to go ahead and put some golden jojoba in there, the oil anyway, and then I'm going to detangle her with a wet brush. I'll put links to everything in the description box down below for you guys to be able to see. Okay, so we're going to begin this 3-strand twist down to the scalp. And I'm going to do it kind of like some large cornrows. So let me get that excess hair off my hand. So we're going to go ahead and part there. Zan, can you tilt your head forward, please? Thank you. And we're just going to do big size sections to the back. These partings don't have to be perfectly straight unless you plan on wearing them for a day or two or something. But I just put them in typically overnight. Or like, you know, we'll start like middle of the evening and then go ahead and do overnight. Now we've already detangled this hair. You can go ahead and lift your head back up. We've already detangled this hair. I'm going to be using a bit of the Strengthen and Restore Smoothie from Shea Moisture. And we're going to go ahead and massage that onto this hair, focusing mainly on the mids and ends. I love this because it gives some smoothness to the hair and also allows it to, how can I put it? It allows it to easily be detangled when you get it wet during the shampoo process after the style, if that makes sense. From there, I'm just going to go ahead and distribute that product a little bit with a brush and some water because I don't want to have her hair looking chalky from using too much. A lot of times that can be an issue with creams. So we're just going to add a bit of water to work that in there. There we go. And that way I can emulsify, I can work that down closer towards the scalp. And I can also pull down more onto the ends without having to add a ton more product and things on there. Y'all can see Xana's messing with this homemade choker with this diary key on it. I guess so she can keep all her secrets. But she forgets to lock the diary so I can still see all her secrets. Anyway,
Dad,
so...
I heard what you said.
I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, so...
Yes, you said, I don't like my diary so you can still go and look at my secrets.
Okay.
Plus, it's not even your diary.
Exactly. Why would I want to look at my own diary? I'm sneaking through yours. So I'm now going to go ahead and use the Style Boost or the Edge Booster Style Factor Gel. This is not the Edge Control. Those who watch this channel know I'm not a huge fan of Edge Control, so you rarely see me use it. Just because it's just not that amazing in my opinion. It does have this extra little tab on here, so you got to do a lot of taking down, but this is what the product looks like here. We're going to go ahead and begin by placing that product right around these outer edges, and this is just going to help out with keeping that hair smooth and secure. A 3-strand twist doesn't tend to hold as tightly as a 2-strand twist, so I want to make sure that if nothing else her edges look a bit more laid. I'm just going to go ahead and use an edge brush. You can also use a soft wave brush or really whatever type of brush you want to use for this, but I'm just using an edge brush just to help it lay down. Now, this is a part that's going to be a little challenging for most, so you know, just try to stick with me here, and let me see if I can zoom you guys in a little bit. Alright, so here we're going to go ahead and separate this hair into 3 strands, just like you would for a braid. But instead of braiding, we're going to kind of do like a rotation, where we're just kind of taking the hair like this here. Does that make sense? So we're just rotating in one big circle, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead Let me part this hair off. I'll place a little bit of product up here too, just to keep that from getting in the way. I'm going to go ahead and section off a piece of hair, and we're going to section that into 3. Tilt that head this way some. Perfect. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and begin that rotation. Now, each time that I come under here now, I'm going to pick up a bit of hair, and we're going to rotate with it, which kind of makes things a little bit more confusing, which is why you don't really see any other tutorials for a 3-strand flat twist down to the scalp. But this gives so much more definition than a 2-strand flat twist, so that's why I'm doing it with 3 strands, and you'll see the difference once we do the twist out. Alright, tilt forward just a little. Perfect. Now I will tell you guys, this is a bit of a learning curve, so if you're not accustomed to doing 3-strand twists, study that video first and then come back and try to do them down to the scalp. Let me position your head right there. That way it just kind of allows you to simplify this process a bit. I sped up this portion here just so that way you guys can kind of see it's still the same motions, but I didn't want you to feel like it was dragging on and taking forever to show you the same step. Now I'm going to tell you guys now, if it's your first time doing any type of 3-strand twist, it is really difficult not to get back into this idea of braiding because you've got 3 strands in your hand. So again, keep in mind, even though we've got 3 strands, we're just rotating those strands out. So a lot of times you've got to kind of find a rhythm that works for you. Now I will say it helps to stop and comb out the ends just so that way they're not looking rough or anything. So we're going to go ahead, brush this out just a little bit. And keep in mind, I'm also slowing this down just because I know I've got y'all viewing and I want to make sure you can see everything. So it doesn't really take that long, especially because I usually do this in about 6 twists. So Zan actually got to wear this hairstyle about 2 years ago for a wedding.
Was that for wedding? For who?
It was Daddy Jay's wedding.
Oh, I remember that one. Not too long ago. I thought those pins were for us to keep, and I grabbed one and kept it. I'm like, oops.
As you can tell right here, she began telling her entire life story, so I just went ahead and muted it and sped it up because once you saw how to do the 3-strand twist part, I just wanted to show you how to get through here. There are so many intricate details to this video that I didn't want it to extend longer than it had to, so I apologize for any rush if it feels like it. Now when I get down to the ends, I usually just go ahead and flip into a 2-strand twist and twist away here. Now I don't know if you guys will be able to see how much juicier 3-strand twists turn out. So let me see here. I'll go ahead and release that and pop here so you can kind of see. This is a 3-strand twist on Zan's hair. And you guys can see just how thick and juicy that looks, but it still holds together really nicely because of the coil pattern. So from there, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to back up the camera. I'm going to let you guys see me do one without me saying anything. I'll speed it up a little bit. And then from there, I'll go ahead and show you guys the finished look and we'll go to sleep and all that. So here I'm just continuing the 3-strand twist down to her scalp. Honestly, once you get the rhythm of this, it goes really quickly. You can do it in about maybe 25 minutes or so for the whole head. If you don't know how to do a standard 3-strand twist, keep in mind I do have a tutorial for that, which I'll link in the description box of this video as well, just to help you out. Alright, Glam Fam, so as you can see, my little one is tired, and yeah, it is past bedtime, but nonetheless, these are the chunky twists that we have here, and what I'm going to do to secure these, I'm just going to crisscross them in the back and pin them up. You can see she's got 6 twists in her head, and so all we're going to do, if I can just keep you turned that way, Zan, thank you. Now, I did alternate the way that I twisted them just so that way it helps to cover up part lines. So these 2 are twisted down, this one's twisted up, and that way it just kind of gives it a little bit more volume and mix up here. So I'm going to go ahead and twist this one in the direction that it goes. These 2, bless you, these 2 still look pretty snug. Turn that way for me, please. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take them cross them up this way, and I'm going to pin it. And basically what this does, it just kind of helps to hold it in place, so that way I can more easily tie her hair up. I'm not overly concerned with keeping them super snug. I just want to make sure that they're up and out of the way so the ends stay together and they don't get messed up. So we're going to do the same thing here. Those two that look slightly loose, I'm just going to twist them a little bit. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and come to this side. You're doing so good, Zan. Thank you.
Welcome.
We're going to come to this side. I'm going to bring those ends up and pin them there as well. So you can use however many bobby pins you need for this based on the length of the hair. But to me, this is honestly just the easiest way to go about doing this. And then you would just tie it up. Now notice I leave those ends loose so they still have curl. I don't want to have them stretched and straight. So you can kind of see we've got that chunky twist. Hair is up, so it's easy for her to sleep. It takes next to no time to do once you find the rhythm of doing a twist with 3 strands rather than 2. And from there, we are pretty good to go. So all that being said, Zan, are you ready for bed? You're never ready for bed, says the person who was just yawning. At any rate, we're going to go ahead and go to bed and go to sleep. And then from there, we're going to get up tomorrow and we're going to homeschool and all that fun stuff. But we'll show you what it's like once it's dry, and we'll take it loose so you can see how gorgeous her curls turn out. All right, Glam Fam, so it's actually been 2 days, not just 1 day, because quarantine, homeschooling, we didn't have time. So nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and show you the takedown. You guys can see these edges and stuff are still laid down really nicely. They're not all over the place, so we won't have to do a whole lot with that. I'll lay it a little bit, but yeah, she's been doing a ton of scratching up here, so yeah, we'll go ahead and work on that. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and take these pins out. We're going to start with these outer twists here. Now, her scalp does tend to get a little dry because she tends to sweat in the scalp. And also, you want to make sure you got some sort of oil or something in the hands just to aid in separation. So I'm just going to go ahead and kind of coat my hands in oil, lightly dab that over the hair, and apply that really well onto the end, especially the end. That's the oldest part of the hair. It needs some good protection. From there, we're going to go ahead and come all the way down to the end of that twist here. And then from there, we're just going to go ahead and separate it out. And I'm going to go ahead and find all 3 pieces. Now, usually what I'll do is I'll hold that hair down like so. And then you just go ahead and begin to unravel just 1 strand at a time from there. And you guys can see the definition that that gives already. Like, it's gorgeous. So we're just going to go ahead and do that until we get up to that scalp area. Then I'm just going to go right on back down. We're going to hold that 1 piece out and unwrap the other. So now we've got all 3 strands, and this is the definition that you get with those twists. Now from there, I can go ahead and just begin to separate out. So I'm going to rub this hair with this oil just to make sure that we get some good separation. And then we just begin to separate this hair out as we untwist. So all these little strands that we added in, it automatically is able to be separated by you. So you get some good definition on that hair, but you also get a really beautiful curl. And the nice thing is, it didn't take as long to do as individual 3-strand twists because we've only got 6 large twists in her hair. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue on doing this. All right, so you guys can see the definition there. I'm going to go ahead and take the rest of this down, and I'll let you guys see how it turns out. All right, you guys, so this is her hair once it's taken down. I'm just going to turn her so that way you guys can kind of catch all of the details of how these twists look. I just love how defined it turns out. I think that they turn out absolutely gorgeous. It's not a ton of work at all. Like you guys saw, it was literally 6 twists. And look at the definition and the fullness that it gives. Yes! Look at the definition and the fullness that it gives with just untwisting. And you guys saw how this hair was looking before we took it down. Like, she was giving you that Karate Kid realness after the fight. But now, yeah, she's ready for her day of quarantine and being stuck in the house. But nonetheless...
And also wearing makeup.
Lord, this child has been playing in her mother's makeup and has been interesting. So, nonetheless... yeah, this is the finished look. Of course, you guys, let us know what you think in the comment section down below.
And please be able to subscribe. And you know we love you, boo.
Look at you remembering the things we say on this channel.
God bless you.
Stay glam. Bye, you guys.
Bye. Tune in for another channel.
Another video?
Yes.
We don't have another channel.
I think it's kind of a channel.
Yeah, this is a channel.
We need to
but it's
execute
one
this
channel.
part.
Bye, you guys. Take care. God bless and stay glam.